With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6 in HD.
Thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 6. I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. Developing news out of Cleveland in Bradley County. The sheriff was hurt breaking up a fight late this afternoon.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Sidery joins us live from Bradley County. Tell us what you've learned, Sarah.
Well, David and Cindy, Sheriff Eric Watson and a Cleveland City police officer are still in the hospital recovering from injuries they sustained while trying to break up that fight earlier today. We're told that both of them are bruised up pretty badly, but their injuries are not life-threatening. They're not very serious, so that's a good thing. This happened earlier this afternoon while the sheriff was driving down 25th Street. He saw a domestic assault going on, so as part of his duty, he stopped, got out of the car, and tried to break it up. That's when the male suspect attacked the sheriff. They got into a scuffle. A Cleveland City police officer did respond to the scene for backup. He also got involved in the fight. The sheriff and the police officer were able to get the male suspect in custody. His name and charges have not yet been released. We're told that the woman who was involved in that domestic dispute, she is doing okay, and she was not required to go to the hospital. Again, this is a developing story. We will share more details with you as soon as we learn them. Reporting live in Cleveland, Sarah Sidery, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. And tonight we bring you the story of someone doctors call a living miracle. 24-year-old Tyler Johnson of McMinn County. The EMT died recently while on the job.
But his fellow medics were able to jump in and bring him back to life. Earlier today, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Sidery prepared this story for us in which she sat down with a family. Here's a story you'll see only on 3.
Tyler Johnson is trained to save other people's lives, but after his heart stopped one night last month, his life was the one needing saved.
Tyler Johnson's health problems were much bigger than anyone could have imagined. The 24-year-old's fresh scars serve as a reminder of the emergency quadruple bypass surgery he survived last month.
Working my normal 24-hour shift, I'd felt great all day.
Tyler is an EMT for AMR in McMinn County. He does CrossFit and eats relatively healthy. In March, Tyler was horsing around with another EMT at the station when he suddenly became lightheaded.
Started feeling dizzy, and my partner asked me if I was okay, and the last thing I remember saying, no, not really, and went down.
I knew we had a problem. He started turning blue, and that's when I grabbed him and threw him into the floor because I knew that we were about to have to start CPR.
I've got one of my crew members down here at the station.
Tyler's parents were home that night, a family of first responders. They heard the call come over the radio.
We always leave a radio on, especially if the boys are working.
We're getting ready to transport.
And you could tell by the tone of his voice that something was wrong.
This was one of our EMTs.
I jumped up, got dressed, and I was saying it was Tyler, it was Tyler.
We're going into the hospital.
He said, "It's Tyler, it's bad, he's not breathing, and he doesn't have a pulse."
Meanwhile, back at the station,
the whole time I was praying.
A team of EMTs were racing the clock, trying to revive one of their own.
All of our equipment was in the truck.
So we had to shuttle everything quickly.
As I'm looking down at him and he's blue, I'm just thinking, this is not, this is not how it's supposed to end. This is not what you're supposed to be, and this is not how it's supposed to happen.
It was like you could almost feel the hand of God come down and touch him, and I could hear him. He took a deep breath.
That minute seemed like an eternity.
I keep reminding myself how blessed I am.
Tyler remembers waking up on the stretcher on the way to the hospital.
And if it wasn't for God's mercy and the knowledge that these medics had, he wouldn't be sitting here with us today.
They did an awesome job. It's different when you're on, and just so thankful.
Doctors say several major vessels in Tyler's young heart were 70 to 100% blocked. The 24-year-old urges anyone with small symptoms, even heartburn, to go get checked. He's proof it really does mean life or death.
Tyler's been taking a break from work while he recovers at home, but says he can't wait to get back in the truck so he can help other people. In the meantime, he hopes his story can help save someone else's life. and bring more awareness to heart disease in people of all ages. In the studio, Sarah Sidery, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
That's an amazing story, and it's a life-saving story. We have a list of heart disease symptoms that could save your life. Go to our website, wrcbtv.com, for more resources.
Well, it's been nearly a year, and tonight a Bledsoe County mother is still searching for the reason she had to bury her son.
Channel 3 reported on the death of William Keith Smith back in July, but since then the case has taken a new turn. He was found dead inside his home on Paul Holland Road in Bledsoe County. Officials were treating the case as a homicide, but that has now changed, leaving Smith's family with more questions than answers. Tonight, only on 3, Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Herron talks with Smith's mother about her search for justice.
While Smith's death was ruled accidental, the autopsy does note blunt force trauma as a factor. But for Smith's family, the facts don't add up.
It's been a nightmare. He's missed, and there's not been no justice done.
9 months have passed since Brenda Conley's 26-year-old son Keith Smith was found dead, and she still has questions. She took us inside Smith's Paul Holland Road home, where he was found dead. You can still see remnants of what may have happened.
I seen where the door had been kicked open. My son died, took his last breath right over here in the corner.
Investigators with the Bledsoe County Sheriff's Office and TBI originally treated Smith's death like a homicide, and after seeing the scene for herself, Conley understood why.
You could see where he had tried to get up on the karaoke machine, his fingerprints, and you can see where blood splattered, where he just being kicked and beat.
Which is why she was surprised to learn a medical examiner ruled Smith's death an accident, saying he died from a meth overdose. The autopsy notes Smith suffered blunt force trauma to his head and neck, several fractured ribs, and other cuts and bruises on his body. A call to 911 may shed light into Smith's final moments.
Bledsoe County 911, what's the address for your emergency?
A person who identified themselves as a neighbor told dispatchers the two had been in a fight.
And he and I got in a fight, and I think he's hurt pretty bad.
Okay, so you need an ambulance up there?
I don't know. It ain't me that's hurt, it's him.
Okay, where is he now?
At his house, next door.
Investigators tell us no one has been charged in the case. Conley dreads the day she will have to explain to her grandson what happened to his father.
It's just, you know, he's going to be growed up without a daddy. And Keith loved that baby. That was his pride and joy.
And she hopes when that day comes, she'll have answers. District Attorney Mike Taylor tells Channel 3 the case was presented to a grand jury in November and again in March. Both grand juries chose not to indict the man heard in the 911 call. The case is now closed. In the studio, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Tonight we're hearing for the first time from Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam after the State House failed to override his veto on a measure to make the Bible the official state book. Haslam, who was in Chattanooga today, said the Holy Bible doesn't belong with other state documents. To override the veto, lawmakers needed 50 yes votes, but there were only 43 members who voted to repass the bill. Haslam vetoed the bill last week over constitutional concerns.
The Bible, to me, is the inspired word of God, but I think there were some constitutional issues in terms of the establishment of religion with that bill. There also, but to me, maybe even more important, I thought the effort trivialized the Bible to put it on the same level with the state bird and the state insect and the state song, etc.
Supporters said the proposal recognized the heritage of our founders who believed in the book. Others said it was not unconstitutional. The bill passed both the House and Senate earlier this year, but they were unable to override the governor's veto.
A tractor trailer lost its load on Retro Hughes Road. And it is still shut down. The tractor trailer was hauling 38,000 pounds of steel and other materials. It partially overturned this morning near Bakewell in North Hamilton County. The closure forced the road to be blocked off approximately a mile before the incident, just as the road begins to head up the mountain.
And people getting killed and hurt and damaged, automobiles and everything else. logging truck comes off this thing, you get in these curves, you can't get around it, you got to stop and back up sometimes to help yourself. So it's a miserable thing to be up here.
No doubt, drivers should use an alternate route if possible.
It takes a lot of soul to do what one Chattanooga shop owner has done for more than 4 decades.
One thing I'm gonna miss, just working, just come to work every day.
Reginald's cousin's shoe repair shop is a staple of downtown Chattanooga. He's shutting the doors, but working hard, doing what he loves right up until the very last shoe is shined. But what's the craziest shoe request he's ever received? We'll find out in a moment. Maybe you've seen him. The man who's been repairing shoes in Chattanooga for more than 40 years is retiring tomorrow.
Reginald Cousin owns Kenton Shoe Shop on Broad Street. His building will soon be under new ownership, so he figured now is a good time to go. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Dan Kennedy tagged along with the iconic shoe repairman as he wraps up some final projects.
Kenton Shoe Shop.
Reginald Cousin has been fixing shoes for more than 40 years.
I get customers all the way from Montego, Tennessee to Gaston, Alabama.
When Reginald first started in 1975, he had competition.
I would say about 11.
How many now?
1.
Only one shoe repair store remains in downtown Chattanooga. It's his. Kenton Shoe Shop is where Reginald has worked since 1975.
Half soles and heels was $3.
Back then, prices were low, but so was his salary.
$1 an hour, $48 a week.
He's perfected his work, now fixing purses, golf bags, cowboy boots, just about anything.
Man had me put golf soles on a pair of cowboy boots one time.
Now Reginald is ready to play some golf himself, and at 73 years old, he says it's time to retire.
I'm in the process of closing my business, and I won't be able to get to that.
With only one more full workday, Reginald is having to turn down work, something he's never done.
That's about the most thing I'm gonna miss, just working, just come to work every day.
Reginald has been working ever since he took a shoe repair class while in high school at Howard.
Teacher told me I was good at it, and he put me to work in his shoe shop. That was the very first shoe shop I worked in.
Since then, he's never taken a sick day, and he's kept the same customers coming back for years. So while Reginald may be closing up shop,
tomorrow is my last day.
His legacy lives on in the souls of many. In Chattanooga, Dan Kennedy, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And many, including this person, will be very sorry to see him go. I got one last pair repaired earlier this week. He closes up for good tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the evening, has about 25 shoes to fix by then, which he says shouldn't be too hard. He also says he hopes to turn the business over to his nephew at some point, but it'll be in a different location. We'll try to find out and let you know about it.
So are any of your shoes in those bags I saw on his shelf here?
No, I picked mine up. I made a point to get in there. I'm just sorry to see that. He's such just a gentleman and such a great worker. He's so good at it.
Congratulations on your great career. Yeah. Well, it sure was warm today, starting to feel more like summer. But now this weekend, Paul says maybe a little different. In fact, you may want to look at your plans.
He's in the Storm Alert Center right now, and he'll show us how warm our Friday will be. Stay with us.
It was a warm day today, just a few degrees away from the record. Tomorrow we're going to get very close to that record temperature of 88. I'm thinking about 87 right now. Wet weekend coming up, and looks like it's going to be cooler for next week. So those are the weather headlines. Looking at our Viper now, there are some showers up in eastern Kentucky, West Virginia. Big showers and thunderstorms, some of them pretty intense near Raleigh, Greensboro, North Carolina. Charlotte, not so bad, but off to the north, up into the Alleghenies, there's some pretty good storms popping right now. For us, though, we've got the drier air moving in. All the showers south of us are pretty much out of here now. There was some activity along the Gulf Coast out near New Orleans. There are some clouds on there, too, but for us, pretty much clear skies for tonight. It's going to be a beautiful night. Now, winds out of the west-southwest at 7. Pollen count over 400 for today. People have been asking me, when's this pollen going to go down? Well, in the next few weeks, the tree pollen will start disappearing. There'll be a little bit left, but the grass pollen will start to go up. So if you're allergic to grass, you'll have something to look forward to. 84 in the city right now, 85 in Dalton, 83 in Cleveland, and Murphy's at about 80. Our high today was 86, 63 the overnight low. Predictions from Nick Austin were 85 and 65, and that was a very good forecast. And we had 80 south of the city, too, except for Fort Mountain. It was 85 in Dalton, 87 in Chatsworth. Had 87 in Ooltewah, but only 82 up into Dunlap, and Mowbray Mountain was only 81, while Lookout Mountain was a pleasant 79. Up in the Riceville, 84, Delano, 86, and Cleveland, 83, while Murphy hit 84. Dayton and 10 Mile hit 83, and so did Etowah, while it was 86 in Pikeville. But Cagle Mountain only 80, and Coal Mountain about 77. So Vipercast is showing all the rain pushing off to the east out of North Carolina and Virginia. A little frontal system stalls south of us. This red line indicates warm air and humid air too, just south of this red line. That's a warm front. And some showers could move in for tomorrow night, but they'll probably be late. Then in the Saturday morning, some showers are possible. Showers are possible in the Saturday afternoon around 5. And then they'll weaken a little bit overnight, and then some more showers come in late Saturday night and into Sunday morning. And throughout the day on Sunday, we'll see some more showers and possibly even a thunderstorm. As of right now, though, it looks like all that moisture is going to scoot off to the east, and we'll start to have drier weather coming up on the Monday. But another round of rain is possible on Tuesday. So we're thinking about maybe a half-inch of rain at the most. I'm thinking more about a quarter to a half-inch of rain with an outside chance for a little bit more if some thunderstorms start popping. So the pinpoint forecast says Signal Mountain tomorrow, not bad, 82, lots of sunshine, low humidity, 81. Up on Lookout Mountain. Tonight, 58, clear skies, light winds. Tomorrow, 87. That could be the record of 88 that was set back in 1942, and an easterly breeze. Then tomorrow night, a few more clouds, and late, maybe a shower coming in out of the west. The 7-day forecast, the weekend, not so good, but we need that rain, and we need it badly. 78 coming up on Saturday, 80 on Sunday, with showers and thunderstorms. Better chance for some storms Sunday. Monday dries off, another round of showers possible Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 75 to 80 degrees, not too bad.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
And we'll be right back with sports. What is it?
NFL Draft. Get ready for Paul Shaheen next.
The Chattanooga Mocs were one of just 8 schools nationwide to win both the men's and women's basketball conference tournaments. One of 8. That's just part of the reason UTC Athletic Director David Blackburn handed both Jim Foster and Matt McCall a new beefed-up contract.
I'm smart enough to know when there is a no-brainer out there. They've done wonders with how they treat student athletes, recognizing what effort looks like. A lot of people don't know that. They do. And then demanding it every day in the most respectful way is very important. That's why they've been successful wherever they've been.
Already now, to the numbers we go. Jim Foster was making $182,000 a year. Now he's making $200,000 annually with incentives good through the spring of 2022. Matt McCall's new contract also expires that same season. McCall was making $220,000 annually. Now he's been bumped up to $232,000, yes, with incentives. Both are equipped with a slightly larger buyout.
Me getting a contract extension or our staff getting a contract extension is a direct reflection of what our players did too. And those guys need to be thanked, and I'm thankful for each and every one of them.
Blackburn went on to say he knows he can't keep them forever, but he can try, at least temporarily. It's draft day. Had they not traded that #1 pick, the Titans would be on the clock right now with the first overall pick. Instead, they have pick number 15. And if the turf-stained jersey of franchise quarterback Marcus Mariota is any indicator, Tennessee Titans are thinking offensive line help. Mariota spent a lot of 2015 on the run, on the ground, or on the injury report. He alone was sacked 38 times, but if you add in the other 2 quarterbacks that were forced to play, the Titans gave up 54 total sacks in 2015, the most in the NFL. Again, the Titans have just 1 pick tonight in round #1. They have 6 total picks, though, within the first 2.5 rounds. Heading into Georgia now, the Atlanta Falcons are focused on the other side of the ball. For more on the Falcons' needs, Eyewitness Sports reporter Jill Jelnick has us covered. Jill.
Thanks, Paul. Despite starting 2015 season 5-0, the Falcons faded fast, winning just 3 of their next 11 and finishing 8-8. And with just 5 draft picks this year, opportunities are limited, which means Atlanta needs to capitalize on every pick. So who do they need? Well, they need to work on their defense. And that can mean anything from a linebacker to a pass rusher to a safety in their first round 17th pick. And considering the Falcons finished dead last in the league with 19 sacks total on the season, a pass rusher would be a first round priority. Finding more pass rush to pair with Vic Beasley off the edge would help the defense immensely. Not to mention an inside linebacker would help the D-line big time as well. So, big picture, Falcons need to build this draft to build on their defense under head coach Dan Quinn. Again, Falcons have the 17th pick tonight in the first round and 4 more to round out the 2016 draft. Paul, back to you.
And you know that sad defense isn't sitting well with Dan Quinn, Joe. Of course, he led the Legion of Boom in Seattle, was the Seattle defensive coordinator, led them to a Super Bowl. And don't forget, as you watch tonight at the draft, pay attention to who takes safeties and when they go, because Ridgeland grad and former Ohio State All-American safety Von Bell could go in the first round. If not today, he is basically a lock tomorrow. Now, tomorrow it's rounds 2 and 3. That starts at 7 on Friday, starts at 8 o'clock tonight. And we talked to Von Bell a little earlier this week. That story's online right now and on our app.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. And you know, I got to say this because the Lookouts are hosting the Montgomery Biscuits tonight. And just saying that makes me happy.
I love that.
Or hungry.
And both, happy and hungry. And that's good weather for it, too.
Not bad. We're going to have a great night tonight. Let's take a look at that evening out real quick if you want to pop that up.
All right, I think we're
We'll just tell them it's going to be
nice.
Looking good. There it is. Fair and warm.
Fair and warm. Have a good night. Go see the Lookouts.